from Wolverhampton, and we have Abir. So, Abir Saab, do you want to start with Tilawat, please?
Yes, certainly. Just one second. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض وإن تبدوا ما في بلا يؤودهم حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم. Translation. I seek refuge with Allah from Satan the accursed. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, ever merciful. Let me just 1 second. Do you remember what the verse for Ayatul Kursi is again for Surah Baqarah? Two five five. Allah, there is no God but He, the living, the self-sustaining, and all-sustaining. Slumber seizes Him not, nor sleep. To Him belongs whatsoever is in the heavens and whatsoever is in the earth. Who is He that will intercede with Him except by His permission? He knows what is before them and what is behind them, and they encompass nothing of His knowledge except what He pleases. His knowledge extends over the heavens and the earth, and the care of them burdens Him not, and He is the High, the Great.
Jazakallah, Abir Saab. Just for reference, did you recite from the syllabus, or you just chose those verses?
I just chose it, Surah Baqarah, which is Ayatul Kursi.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, no, that's fine. You can recite from whichever part. But if it was from syllabus, I don't know if are you following any syllabus? Is there any syllabus?
Not really.
Okay, that's fine. Right. So moving on, can we have Atif Ahmed for Hadith? Now, Atif, you know how old you are, so you can pick any Hadith within your syllabus and read for us, please.
Uh, where shall I take it from?
From your syllabus, have you got the syllabus with you?
Yes, downstairs.
Okay. So have you memorized any? If you know it off by heart, or do you need to
No.
read it from the syllabus? Have you not got it online? You can open your syllabus online as well on Islam. Or let me just share the screen so you can. It's up to you if you want to pick. Is that okay? Right. So how old are you, Atif? Atif, can you hear me?
I think he's going to get his syllabus.
Oh,
Hello?
yeah. Have you got your syllabus?
No.
Okay, can you hear me? I've shared the screen on this. So you're 12, right?
13.
13. So shall we pick the first 6 months, or what part of the syllabus are you on?
I'm a 13. I'm in 13 to 14.
You're in 13 to 14. But which
Yeah,
part? I mean, first 6 months or second 6 months?
first 6 months.
Okay. Right. These are the hadiths you've got. So you're gonna start read the Arabic and then the translation, please.
The first one.
Yeah.
أفشوا أفس أفشوا أفشوا السلام بينكم. Promote sending greetings of peace on each other.
Jazakallah. Can you read in Urdu as well?
आपस में सलाम को रवाज दे.
Rawaj. It's Jim,
रवाज दे.
not Kha, it's Jim. Jazakallah. Okay. So, well, I don't know if Murabi Sahib has joined or not. Anyone want to follow on from here? Take part in. Okay, we'll have some more participants. Okay, Murabi Sahib have joined and Jahid Ahmed have joined as well. Assalamu alaikum, gents. So shall I pass on to Murabi Sahib if he's got any sort of slides or presentation for us?
Assalamu alaikum. 1 second, guys. I'm just preparing something. How's everyone doing?
Alhamdulillah, all good.
Alhamdulillah.
Was it a week? ठीक है. Oh no. Yep. Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. What have you guys been doing so far?
We just had the Tilawat and Hadith. Tilawat recited by Abi Sahib, and Atif has still read out a Hadith from his syllabus.
Okay. Atif, did you do hadith? Atif?
Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Yeah, I've done
Did you know that
hadith.
hadith before? Did you know that hadith before?
No.
Okay, let's try and memorize it. It's good. It's very short. So that's in the first 6 months of your syllabus, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, just every week, just try to learn something new from it. So make this your target, that this hadith is what you're going to memorize this week. Okay?
Okay.
Same with everyone else. Just try to take one thing from the first 6 months of your age group and just try to memorize it. And it's very short, very simple, but in the long run, you'll see that it will benefit you a lot. So in today's lesson, let's do the same thing. I just prepared another slide of the same thing, but we're just gonna be concentrating on something else. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Wait. 1 second, guys. What was I sharing? So in today's lesson, of all our lessons, we're going to talk about the role of Waqf, and last time, do you guys remember what we spoke about last time? It was 2 weeks ago. Does anyone remember? It was the responsibilities of parents and what their role is of bringing up the Waqf. So that's why in this week we're going to talk about the role of the role of Waqf now and what our role is, and what we need to do. So we'll just do the same thing. We'll get few extracts. We'll get you guys to read it, and we'll try to explain them as well. But let me just share this online. To share my screen. Let's do this. Let's do this. Tika. Okay, let's go, guys. So inshallah, like I said, today, inshallah, we'll talk about understanding. Nope, we're not going to do that. Give me a second. Screen capture. Yeah, okay. I don't think we did this last time. Okay, so we understand the sacrifice our parents made and our responsibilities. This is the book that we did last time. Okay, so this is our role as Waqf now. Jahid, are you on? Jahid, can you turn your mic on, please?
Hey, yes,
Excellent. Could you just read this quickly? So we're talking about the role of Waqf now and understanding our role. So we're just going to read like we did last time. So if you can read this first paragraph, please.
Hey, firstly, it's necessary for work no children to express this sentiment. One solely work myself.
I solely work myself.
I solely work myself for the sake of religion. Other rededication of the work at 50 years of age.
So this one, basically, up to 15 years old, our parents have the responsibility of teaching us. So most of you guys are still in that. You're still like 13, 12, and your parents should be like going through the syllabus with you and just teaching you good things about how to be a good Waqf. But then at the age of 15, you're going to get a letter, and in that letter it's going to ask you, do you want to continue being a Waqf? Do you want to continue in this manner? So when you guys hit 15, so this is what this Wazir is saying in this little paragraph here. You'll have the opportunity to either carry on or stop. So that's why you should try your best to keep learning the syllabus and keep on practicing and understanding what your role is as Waqf, and then you'll be able to make that sacrifice yourself. And that's really the next step after your parents have done all the responsibility on their shoulders. When you're 15 and above, it all falls on yourself now. It all falls on how good you want to be for yourself and how much you want to give to the Jamaat. And if you're in the right mindset to be able to sacrifice whatever the Jamaat asks you to do. So that's why what we're doing now is trying to really make you guys understand that sacrifice. For me personally, when I was 15, I was brought up as a Waqf and I was fully ready to rededicate or renew my Waqf when I was 15, because I knew that I was going to Jamia and I wanted to have that moral upbringing and go into Jamia as a Waqf. So in the same way, whatever you guys do, whatever you do in life, you're born into something so special, and it's always good to continue that as well afterwards. And the more you understand that, the easier this decision will be to continue your Waqf. Atif, could you do the next one, please?
I've instructed the relevant administrative offices to solicit from them at 15 years of age actually written affirmations that they will continue or plan on continuing their Waqf.
Yeah, so this again is the same thing as I mentioned. Jazakallah Atif for reading that. So it's a physical, I don't know if you guys have, because you haven't received it, maybe Dr. Hanif, you've probably received the letter. So in that letter, it's a written confirmation. So it's good to just tell ourselves that, I want to continue, but to have it written down is a whole different thing. And it really affirms that, I confirm that I want to continue my work. So it's just to make it more of a confirmed decision. Hanif, could you do this? This falls under your category, if you're available to.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Works,
Then at 21 years of age, when they have completed their does this who is not admitted to Jamia once again write this form?
Okay. Yeah, I think there's something a bit wrong with your mic, but I just managed to hear you. It's okay. We heard what you said. So again, 20 to 21. This is like when most people are in the middle of Jamia. So we go to Jamia when we're either 16 or 18. So we're towards the end of our Jamia studies. But for most guys, like Dr. Hanif, yourself, who have just like finished university or about to finish university, or you're going looking for work, again, another letter is sent just to reconfirm your work, just to strengthen that again, because at that time, that's when people are looking for jobs, people are starting their careers or just about to finish, their studies. So again, you're going to get these continuous letters coming through, and you'll see that the Waqf and All department are really trying their hardest just to reach out to all Waqf and All and to keep them in the loop, kind of thing. So again, understand your role as Waqf and All, and these decisions will be very easy for you. For people who haven't had Waqf and All but haven't been contacted for a long time or many years or right from the start, or who were just born as Waqf and All but never actually attended Waqf and All ijtima'as or classes, for them these decisions are really hard, and a lot of them we lose because they didn't understand what they were, or didn't understand how special being a Waqf and All is. So again, just remember to, when that letter comes, just to be ready for it. Go back to Abir, could you read this one if you're free?
Of course. Then if anyone is instructed to get additional training in a field, they must again write a letter. Thus, at every single stage, a Waqf child must themselves express their personal desire to reaffirm their Waqf.
Yeah, and so again, really at the age of 15 is seen that a Waqf is mature enough and has the maturity to be able to make decisions himself. So as again in this little paragraph, it's all in steps. It just tells you that we are always there. The Waqf department are always there to look after you and to make sure that you are yourself making that decision, and no one else is doing that for you. And so that's why so much responsibility is on our shoulders. And we've already spoken about how morally we need to be good. We need to treat people well. We can't lie. We need to be modest. We need to dress properly. We need to talk to our parents properly. So all those things. And on top of that, we just need to continue reminding the Jamaat that we are still here. We still want to be Waqf, and we are ready to do that. So that's why in this paragraph it says, at every stage, a Waqf child must themselves express their personal desire to reaffirm their Waqf. And in this way, at every stage, you'll become stronger and stronger as you grow up. So that's why keep learning. And the reason why we keep telling you to do the syllabus is because to make you a better person and to increase your knowledge. And that's why the knowledge side of being Waqf is as important as the moral side, as important as being a good person. You also need to back it up with some knowledge of Islam. Jahid, could you read this one again, please?
Alaikum. Is the blue one?
Yeah, the one on the left.
No Waqf child to think that if they work, how will they make a living? No, should they entertain the idea of how will they financially or physically care of their affairs?
Yeah. Can anyone explain that one? Jahid, what does that mean to you?
It means,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Read it again and tell me what you think.
Okay, give me like 5 minutes.
5? Just read it and
Okay.
read line by line and explain it.
Okay. I think no Waqf child should think that they Waqf. Okay. Oh, so they should think if the parents sacrifice them to works, they should think it's a compulsory if they ruin life. I've seen some children even and Istima, they said that we don't want to do anything because our parents have forced us, and they usually don't because I have no idea. I'm just guessing.
That's good. What you're saying is good. Carry on. Keep explaining if you keep reading the next bit. Nor should they entertain the idea of how they will financially or physically care for their parents.
I have no idea what that means.
Dr. Saab, could you help on this one?
Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Welcome.
On the second part with regards to caring for parents.
Yeah, how will they financially or physically care for their parents? Yeah.
Well, I suppose kind of we're told a lot in the Quran, and we're told as well for now to care for our parents.
Yeah.
And in many cases, that extends to caring, and it should extend to caring for our patients as they get older, when they retire, when they're no longer financially independent. They often rely on their children. And I think that is to care for them and to provide for them, just like they provided for us when we were children. It's our duty to provide for them. But as Waqf now, in a way, we're not just the children of our parents. We're actually more so the children of the Jamaat and the children of Huzur specifically. So sometimes, so as we get older, we might grow concerned about kind of the well-being of our parents. Who's going to look after them? Will they do okay financially? But I suppose as Waqf now, that responsibility is less less for us, and our responsibility is more to the Jamaat specifically.
Yeah, that's perfect. And I think as well, also explaining the first bit about we shouldn't always think about life and making money and how our whole life is revolved around money. Because that's not what the Jamaat really wants from us. Remember, we are a tool of the Jamaat, and whatever the Jamaat needs us or wants us to do, we should do accordingly. And of course, it doesn't mean that you can't be successful. Jamaat wants every child to be successful. That's why we want every Ahmadi child and every Waqf Noor child to attain the best grades in school. And there's no point of saying to someone, attain the best grades in school, but don't earn any money. The Jamaat wants you to do the best and be the most successful in your field, whatever you choose to be, whether you become a teacher or doctor or an engineer, anything. Be the best that you are, and everything else will follow. So that's why we always say, if you chase Allah, the world will chase you. And in that way, you will be able to look after everyone around you as well. And parents don't have to rely on you, but you'll see that if you have this intention of chasing Allah and helping the Jamaat, you'll automatically be able to help your parents and care for them in that way. So don't make your sole goal about, I want to make this much money, I want to be a millionaire in whatever I do. Do it in a way that Allah comes first. I'm doing whatever job I'm doing to serve Allah and to serve the Jamaat, and in that way everything else will follow as well. So that's our mindset, what it should be. And always make that your mindset. Always have the intention, whatever you're studying, study it so that you think that I will help the Jamaat, and one day this me studying whatever I'm studying is one step closer to that. Don't think about, I'm just gonna do this to get this job, or just to be able to financially support parents. It's not that shouldn't be our target. Make it higher, and the higher you make it, which the highest is for Allah the Almighty, everything else, again, as I said, will follow. So yeah, Jazakallah guys for contributing to that one. Atif, the last one, I think this is the last one.
The raising of this question indicates that from childhood, the parents did not instill in their Waqf or child the idea that we have dedicated you and now you're with us solidly as a trust of the Jamaat. Your siblings will provide for us. You are only to present yourself before the Khilafat of the time and act according to his instructions.
Yeah, so again with this one, I'll just explain it quickly and then maybe you guys can add on to it. So a parent shouldn't raise a Waqf or child and make him think that I'm raising you just to look after the parents. And if that is the case, then the parent has gone wrong and the child hasn't understood his role as Waqf Nau. Everyone has siblings. Like with myself, all my brothers are Waqf Nau, but we all have different responsibilities. So two of us are in Jamia, two of us are working. So we are all Waqf Nau, but we're all helping our family in different ways. And we all work for Khilafat as well. So in that situation, we just have to look at ourselves and look and decide amongst ourselves, who's going to financially support our parents, who's going to physically support our parents. So the responsibilities are shared, but everyone has to remember that our parents made that decision that we will be Waqf Nau so that we can serve the Jamaat. And so on both sides, both parent and child should be raised knowing that when my child grows up in any time, the Khalifa says that, I need you here, he will go. And the parent can't be upset with that, and the child can't be upset with that. They both need to have a mutual understanding amongst each other. So that's why this sacrifice is so big for a parent to put their child into Waqf Nau. It's not just a name, as we spoke about before. It's the action of when that time comes. I've prepared my child properly for this time, and the child, when he's 15 and above, as we spoke from before, as soon as he's 15 and above, he's also mentally ready for any moment he is called to action. Whether you are going to Jamia, whether you are going to any other field, you must be ready for that. I know many people. One friend of mine who's a Waqf Nau, he was an engineer in the UK, working in water engineering, and suddenly he got a letter through his door, and that letter said that we need you to serve as a teacher in Nigeria. And this is obviously something which is so off his professional career. But when the letter came, he was so ready for it. He was like, I've been waiting for this opportunity my whole life, and now I'm ready. And now he's in Nigeria. He's been there for a good almost 2 years now with his family, and he's serving as a teacher in Nigeria. But at the same time, he's able to help the Jamaat so much. So he's there as a versatile Ahmadi Waqf Nau, helping not just as a teacher, but in Humanity First, in any Jamaat, wherever they need him. So remember that we must be raised ready for these opportunities to come through. And if they do, then say Alhamdulillah. Say Alhamdulillah, Huzur has thought about me, and he's thought about my skill set, and he's thought about where I can serve. So every step you take, when you finish school, go back to Huzur and say to Huzur, or write to Huzur that, I'm at your service. What would you like me to study? Or say, these are my interests. Can I study these things? So get the blessing of Huzur. When you finish your studies, go back to Huzur and say, Huzur, I have completed my degree. Where would you like me to serve? Or what would you like me to go into, so that I can help the Jamaat more. And so in that way, every step, just like we reaffirm our Waqf, we can also have the backing of the Huzur's decision as well. And in that way, so many Waqf Nau are guided, and you see them afterwards, and you see the blessing of those decisions they did because they followed Huzur's guidance. And so with you guys are all going to GCSEs. When you finish your GCSEs, make sure you write to Huzur again, saying, Huzur, I want to present myself, and I would like to study these things, or I would like to ask you, what should I study? Because I'm becoming a professional teacher, or whatever you are doing, or an engineer, anything you are doing. Make sure you write to Huzur and ask him those things. And maybe Hanif Sahab, how did you go about this when you decided you wanted to go into medicine? Did you ever have contact with Huzur, or did Huzur ever ask you what you wanted to become?
It was quite a while ago that I made the decision. It will be over probably about 10 years now that I first decided. If I remember rightly at the time, it was simply through kind of a letter to Huzur asking kind of to study medicine. I was aware that medicine, along with engineering and teaching and a number of other subjects, were kind of encouraged for Waqf Nau to go into.
Yeah.
And so I started thinking, kind of my parents started me thinking very early which of these paths I should go down, and I think medicine, it was the one which kind of attracted me most, and then Hazur approved of that. And then I remember, just like each time we would go for a mulaqat, I suppose we would let Hazur know what the intentions were.
Did Azura ask you how it's going? Because I remember you were talking to him quite a lot on your wedding day. So did Azura ask you how medicine's going for you?
Yes, yeah, he's it was that was a different experience. I remember we were talking about languages. I don't know why, like how many languages we spoke, and I was saying that my mother, I'm like amazed. My mother speaks 5 languages. I think he was asking me how many languages I speak, because Dad's French, my grandfather's Dutch, my grandmother's Pakistani, and I said, "Oh, I only speak English and French." Yeah, and then my mum speaks 5 languages. Not very impressive compared to that. And he said, "Well, not everyone else is a doctor. Not everyone else knows medicine." Like, well, so he seemed to hold it in quite high esteem.
Yeah, so you really elevated what you went into to a high status. Inshallah. That's amazing. So that's another perk, as you do waqf, you get this special relationship with beloved Huzur. And I think you really experienced that, especially on your wedding day. And that's like the pinnacle. And that's what everyone should aspire to establish that connection with Khilafat, to let him know exactly what you are doing. So he's just like that father figure. And I remember during our time in Jamia, we'd have 3-4 mulaqats, personal mulaqats every year. And at every step, it was like, we're just updating Huzur of how it's going, and whatever help we needed, he was there for us. And he knows more about me than my own parents do. And I can say that openly. And my parents know that as well. So Huzur is that father figure, and make sure, that's why writing to Huzur and connecting with Huzur is so important. And we need to continue that throughout our life, and make sure that you have that connection with him. And you'll see, once you meet him, and once he knows you and your name personally, and he knows who you are, and when he looks at you, there's no better feeling than that. And it makes our waqf so much more worth it. So yeah, continue praying for Huzur and continue trying to establish that connection with him. We'll just move on to the last one. I don't know if you can see that. I think Hanif is on you now. Hanif, could you just read this last one?
Yeah, I can't see the bottom line.
Yeah, 1 second. Let me just. Oops. You see now?
Yes, yeah. There. The very word used in the prayer of Hazrat Maryam alayhi salam, Hazrat Maryam's mother, means that I have completely separated this child of mine from worldly pursuits, and it is my ardent prayer that their sole priority be fulfilling religious duties.
Yeah. So again, muharraran is the word which is used here, and this is the word that we're trying to explain. So again, let's always remember the sacrifice that Hazrat Maryam did, which is what Waqf is really based on, that sense of sacrifice. So again, this is just a reminder for both child and parent that the child is being raised so that he is able to serve the Jamaat in whatever capacity they can. Without taking too much time, we'll just go on to the next bit, which is the Ismail magazine. And last time we read a small comic, so I just wanted to continue that. There was another comic which has another message inside it. So Jahid, could you read it if you can? It's a bit small. Jahid? Have you got your mic on?
Yeah.
Yeah, could you just, if you can see it, I know it's a bit small.
Which part?
Just from the left, just read all of it, if you can.
Okay. Morals, two friends, and the bear. Rima and Selma were two friends meeting after a long time. That same morning, they Bulgaria
They decided to go out for a hike.
hike and walked through the forest together. It's so hard.
Sorry, man. I'll
Can't
just...
Shall I read it?
Yeah, can you read it, Atif?
Yeah.
Okay.
Enjoying the landmarks and the amazing sights of nature.
Yeah. Just continue. I don't think Jahid can read all of it. It's too small. Can you read the next bit?
I can see now.
Yeah, go on, go on. Whatever you can see.
Okay. They heard. Oh, yeah.
As they continued.
As they continued exploring, they heard a loud growl coming from a distance. Both saw a grizzly bear creeping towards them. The two friends instantly became frightened. Selma, who knew all about climbing trees, quickly ran up and climbed up one without thinking of Rima, leaving Rima on her own. Rima had no idea how to climb a tree. Right. So she remembered. She had read somewhere, realizing this, Rima quickly propped the ground, lying still while holding her breath. The bear approached her motionless body, thinking she was dead. The bear slowly turned around and went on its way back into the forest. Selma climbed back down and asked Rima, "Hey, are you okay? What did the bear say to you?" Rima brushed herself off and replied, "The bear asked me to stay away from friends like you." I went on her way. Moral of the story: a true friend is someone who always supports and stands by you in any situation.
That's very nice. Does anyone know? Can anyone? Atif, Jahid, tell me what this means in real life. What does the moral of the story mean for you?
Okay, it means this one.
Yeah.
Okay, it means saying that the girl who in your country, she didn't help the other girl, because I don't know why. So it's saying that if a true friend is a person who always helps you and supports you. That basically means, yeah, it's they support you. Like with that girl, she doesn't support her, but she still
She what? Sorry.
nothing.
What did you say? Sorry. I think you're mute.
Nothing.
Okay. Atif, what does this mean for you? A true friend is someone who always supports and stands by you in any situation.
Don't know.
Come on, man. If you say you had class, right? And
Yeah.
one of the kids, say it was Adam, he didn't know how to read the hadith, or he didn't know how to he didn't know the answer to something. What would be your reaction? Would you ignore it and let him, stay in this state of not knowing, or would you help him?
I would help him.
Okay, in the same way, if it was namaz time, you saw everyone playing table football or table tennis, you would go. Would you go back and tell them that it's namaz time, or would you just leave them?
And go and tell them.
Yeah, so exactly. So this is exactly what this story is talking about, is whenever you know something better, you should always share that thing with people, and you shouldn't leave them behind. In many situations, you see in the army especially, when they're running away from danger and one person trips, in that situation, you can make two decisions. You can either keep running away and save your own life, or you can risk your own life and pick that person up and keep running with them. So in that sense, you guys have to make the right decision in the right time. And if you wait too long, then it could be too late. So this is what this story is talking about. It's telling you that sometimes you'll be in a better position than someone else. And It could be religiously, it could be your knowledge, it could be you're better in sports than someone, if you're better in football or cricket or table tennis or table football, anything, or FIFA. You could be better than someone, but you can always help that person as well to be able to be with you. And so in every situation in life, you have those decisions to make. And so that's why, especially with namaz, with things that matter spiritually and morally, and with your faith, any knowledge you have, you should always try to share it, and you should try to keep everyone together. Because if you don't, then just like the bear coming up to, it was up to Rima, up to Salma. So Salma's the one who was down, and then you can see that Rima was really upset, and went to her and asked her, "Are you okay? What did the bear say to you?" And the bear said to me that stay away from friends like you. So it's saying that you should keep good company with people who want to be your friends really, and you'll see who your true friends are when they are tested. When that time comes, when will they help me or will they turn their backs on me? So that's why keep good friends and make sure you help each other, and that's how you'll get through. You'll get through each time. Sorry. Yeah, we'll just go to the next bit now. I think you guys went through the syllabus already. Keep going through that. The first 6 months of your age, try to learn one thing, and in next class, just let us know what you learned, and we'll keep trying to learn one thing each class, depending on your age. And Hanif, I know you're a bit older than 21, so just try go over the things maybe that you don't know or things you haven't memorized, and you can share that as well at the beginning of the class. So now we'll just do a quiz, and this was a quiz from last time. So I think I showed you the answer already. What date did Khalifa Rabi receive divine revelation to start the Waqf Nur scheme? And the answer is 3rd of April 1987. I think we did this though last time.
Yeah.
1 second, man. I prepared a week 3. Okay. I'm gonna share it again. I basically had the wrong. I was showing the wrong one the whole time. This one or this one? 1 second. Can you see this? How many letters does Huzur receive? Can you guys see this? Jahid?
Yeah.
Can you see this, yeah? How many letters does Huzur receive from parents who request their children to be Waqf Nur?
50 to 100.
Yeah.
50 to 100?
Yeah, 50 to 100 or 20 to 25.
20 to 25.
Someone's laughing in the back. 20 to 25. A day. Remember, this is...
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
I said 50 to 100 or 20 to 25.
You said two. You said two of them. Okay, so 20 to 25 letters Huzur receives daily from parents who want their children to be Waqf Nur around the world. Okay. Finish this sentence. They will ask that as I am Waqf Nur, I wish for the blank of the time and the Jamaat to tell me which field to enter. Parents,
Khalifa.
teachers, Khalifa. Jahid, which one?
Khalifa.
Okay. The answer is Khalifa. So they will ask that as I am a Waqf Nur, I wish for the Khalifa of the time and the Jamaat to tell me which field to enter. Okay. So when you guys come to that decision of where you want to work, make sure you ask Huzur where you want him to tell you where to work. To complete the sentence, it must also be remembered that from the beginning, every child, and especially a Waqf and child, is a trust of the
Jamaat.
Jamaat. Atif,
Yeah,
Jamaat or family?
Jamaat.
Yeah, perfect. Good. Okay. Whose prayer did Allah love so much and preserved it so that in the future mothers may also offer this prayer and prepare their children to offer extraordinary sacrifices for the sake of religion? Hazrat Khatija, Hazrat Aisha, Hazrat Amina, Hazrat Maryam.
Hazrat Aisha.
Atif, Jahid?
The Maryam.
Yeah.
Maryam, yeah?
What?
Wasn't it the mother of Hazrat Maryam? It was more. Wasn't it Hazrat Maryam's mother that prayed it, not
No,
Hazrat Maryam herself?
Hazrat Maryam herself prayed it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because she gave birth to Hazrat Zakaria. Or was it?
I thought it was Hazrat Maryam's mother who gave.
Jesus.
Who?
No. This is Hazrat Maryam's dua in the Holy Quran about her child, which was called Hazrat.
Jesus.
Was it? You tell me, man. I don't know.
Was it Maryam is mother Jesus?
Yeah. Yeah, it's Hazrat Maryam's dua. Definitely Hazrat Maryam's dua. Yeah.
Correct.
I just need to confirm. It must be Hazrat Isa, about Hazrat Isa, right? Dr.
No,
Saab?
I don't think. I think it's about. It's. It was about Hazrat Maryam herself.
Okay.
Let me fact check myself here.
I mean, we've done this in the past. Because we talked about the word Muharram used in the prayer of Hazrat Maryam's mother means.
So it's of her mother.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, so it's because it was a prayer about Hazrat Maryam.
Acha. So it was of Hazrat Maryam's mother. Increased my knowledge today. Good job, man.
No worries. No, it's because it's a mistake I've made before. I'm pretty sure. Where I thought it was about Hazrat Isa, the son of Hazrat Maryam, but then it was like, oh no, it's one step back from that actually.
Because I always thought it's Hazrat Maryam's dua. That's her mother's dua.
Yeah.
Okay. So she actually sacrificed Hazrat Maryam in the sake of Islam, which makes sense because she always spent her whole life for the sake of religion, and everyone knew that. And everyone knew that she was a pure woman.
Yes, yeah, that was the thing, wasn't it?
Jazakallah for that.
Exactly.
That's it, bro. That's the moral of the story today in the comic. Shouldn't leave anyone behind. Should always try to help them. Jazakallah. That's it. End of week 3. Jazakallah, guys. That's about it. Sorry, the class was a bit longer today than usual. Came a bit late as well. But Dr. Saab, Jazakallah, Atif, Abir Saab, Farhan Saab, anything to say before we leave?
Jazakallah Rabbi Saab. I'm impressed how you always have something to learn. It's good if you're unsure of something and you're being corrected by your colleagues. So you'll always remember that. So no one will forget that information again.
Yeah.
MashaAllah, that's good. That's good knowledge. Jazakallah Rabbi Saab for preparing another weekly class. So I do hope to carry this on for next week's. As
Yeah,
well.
try to get the attendance up though, because it's a bit short today.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So inshallah, we'll see you next week then.
Inshallah. Jazakallah, guys.
Jazakallah.
Nice to talk to all of you again. Jazakallah.
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 Khuda Hafiz.
Khudafis.